Y'all, the internet is on fire right now. Lil Durk's world is unraveling before our very eyes, and it's messier than anybody could have imagined. We talkin' betrayals, exposed texts, Instagram live meltdowns, and two of the most controversial women in Durk's life, India Royale and Asian Doll, speaking out within hours of each other. And when I tell you the tea is scalding, I mean grab your mugs and hold on tight. It all started with a cryptic post from India Royale. You know, Lil Durk's on and off fiance and mother to his baby girl. One tweet, just one line. Sometimes silence says everything. No context, no tag. But everybody knew who it was for, and the fans, they lost it. Immediately the blogs lit up, saying something went down behind the scenes. People started speculating. Did Durk cheat again? Did India find something in his phone? But hold up, that's not even the juiciest part, because out of nowhere, Asian Doll, yes, that Asian Doll, jumped into the chaos with receipts. Sis went live talking about how she never got to tell her side of what really happened between her and Durk back in the day. And baby. What she revealed had everyone in the comments shook. Screenshots, voice notes, even a blurry FaceTime screen with a silhouette that looked way too familiar. And just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, Durk responded. Not with a statement, not with an interview, but with a song preview. And those lyrics? Pure violence. Shots fired at India, subtle digs at Asian. And fans are now divided. Team India or Team Asian? And where does that leave Durk? Buckle up, because this rabbit hole goes deep. Let's get into it. From the outside, it looked like Lil Durk was finally settling into peace. The platinum plaques, the luxury cars, the sold-out shows, and the picture-perfect moments with India Royale? It was giving stability, grown man era. The Voice had survived Chicago's trenches, industry beefs, and personal tragedies, and fans were rooting for him to win in love too. But behind the filters and captions, something sinister had been brewing for weeks. And it all started when India Royale unfollowed Durk on Instagram. Again. Now, let's keep it real. India unfollowing Durk ain't new. They've been off and on like Bluetooth headphones in a bad signal zone. But this time felt different. This time she didn't just unfollow, she wiped every trace of Durk from her page. All the anniversary posts, the gushy birthday messages, the matching fits, gone. Like he never existed. Then came the tweet. Sometimes silence says everything. No emoji, no follow-up, just vibes. But the silence screamed. The Shade Room picked it up in less than 20 minutes. Twitter threads exploded. Some fans said India finally had enough. Others swore this was just another petty spat. But one thing was clear. Something was off. A few hours later, Durk posted a story with nothing but a black screen and 3 letters. LOL. Not a quote, not a denial, just LOL. Was it shade? Was he brushing her off? Was he mocking the internet? Nobody knew for sure. But one thing about Durk, when he posts cryptic, it means he's hiding something. And oh boy, he was. Because right around the same time, Asian Doll went live. With lip gloss poppin', lashes on fleek, and a whole lot of attitude. She clicked start live and said, "Since everybody wanna play dumb, let me remind y'all who the first one was." Wait, what? Fans who had been tuned into India and Durk drama suddenly got whiplash. What did Asian have to do with this? Then she said it. They've been talking about India like she the only one that was holding Durk down. Like I ain't exist. Like I ain't been quiet for years, man, please. Viewers in the comments started going crazy. She lying. She clout chasing again. Wait, is she serious? But Asian Doll wasn't done. She pulled out a second phone and held it up to the camera. Y'all keep forgetting I got receipts. I just been letting y'all think whatever. But since they want to act brand new, let me refresh some memories. Boom, she opens up her photo gallery and scrolls. The screen blurs. But you can make out a couple of screenshots. One showed a FaceTime call from Smirkio, timestamped at 2 a.m. Another was a selfie of her and a familiar figure. Braids tucked under a hoodie, hand tattoos matching Durk's exactly. People in the comments were bugging out. Is that from this year? She wildin' for this? Durk got caught again? It wasn't long before blogs clipped the whole thing. Asian Doll exposes past with Lil Durk. Receipts drop amid India breakup rumors. TikTok sleuths did side-by-side analysis of the hoodie in Asian's pic with the one Durk wore at a recent studio session, and the match, uncanny. Back on Durk's end, silence. No tweets, no rebuttal, not even a petty meme. Which, if you know Durk, is worse than a denial, because when he quiet, he plotting, but the fans weren't letting it go. They started digging hard, and soon enough they found an old interview from 2021 where Asian Doll hinted she had a lil something with a big Chicago rapper but wouldn't say names. At the time, everybody assumed she meant King Von, but now, what if it was Durk all along? The theories were spiraling. Some fans said Asian was just trying to stay relevant. Others pointed out that she and India had beefed subtly before. Remember when they threw shots at each other on Twitter over nails and copying aesthetic? Yeah, this wasn't brand new tension. It just never boiled over, until now. Meanwhile, India Royale posted another subtle dig, this time in a TikTok where she mouthed the words, "They always take the weak route and expect me to stay solid." Who? In the comments section, chaos. She talking about Durk, y'all. Nah, she dragging Asian Doll without saying her name. This is embarrassing. And just like that, the peaceful era of Lil Durk started to crumble. Because behind the scenes, the drama wasn't just social media deep. According to a source close to Durk's circle, we'll call her T, things between India and Durk had been rocky for weeks. He'd been trying to fix it, but India ain't playing this time. She told him straight up, no more embarrassing her in public, she tired. But T dropped another bombshell. I don't think she was surprised by Asian going live. She been knew Durk was sneaky. That's why she ain't say too much. She just watching everybody expose themselves. Fans ran with that theory. Maybe India let Asian Doll talk so she wouldn't have to say anything herself. But wait, it gets deeper. Because guess who else liked one of Asian Doll's posts that week? King Von's sister, Kayla B. Yup. Von's own blood, and she don't mess with everybody. So now the streets were whispering, did Von know about Durk and Asian? Was there jealousy behind the scenes? Could that have contributed to tension before Von's death? Now listen, we ain't saying any of that's confirmed, but the rumors were growing fast. By the end of that week, Durk had lost over 200k followers. India was being praised as queen of silent exits. Asian Doll had doubled her views across all platforms, and Durk's name was all over the blog for all the wrong reasons. But just when you thought it had hit peak drama, India posted one more thing, a DM screenshot, blurred name, but the message read, "He's lying to both of us." Boom. Fans lost their minds trying to guess who sent it. Was it another woman? Was it Asian herself? Was it a burner account? Nobody could tell, but the message was clear. Durk wasn't just in hot water. He was in a full-on boil. And trust me, that's only scratching the surface. Because what happens next involves a surprise interview, a diss track that never got cleared, and India doing something that had even her own fans raising eyebrows. After India's cryptic DM screenshot sent social media into meltdown, things went from bad to biblical. People weren't just gossiping anymore. They were investigating. Threads were popping up on Reddit. Fans were zooming in on background objects in Asian Doll's screenshots. And TikTok detectives were trying to match timestamps on studio sessions with IG stories from months ago. Alright, this wasn't just tea, this was a full-blown fandom forensic investigation. But while the internet played detective, Lil Durk was plotting, and just when the tension hit a boiling point, he struck. He didn't go live, he didn't tweet, he dropped a snippet, a gritty, emotional preview of an unreleased track. The clip, posted to his IG with the caption, "They always fold under pressure," was just 35 seconds long, but it was enough to send fans spiraling. Lyrics? "I gave you loyalty, you gave me screenshots, you was texting rappers when I was dodging gunshots." Then he doubled down. "I made you a queen, now you in blogs with a peasant. Should have never trusted hearts dressed up in lashes and extensions." Whoa. Fans immediately assumed the first bar was aimed at India, the screenshots matching the DM she posted, but the second, that was a direct nuke at Asian Doll. The peasant line had fans doing backflips. Blogs reposted it within seconds. Twitter exploded with hashtags. Smirk shade, the Asian response. When India stay winning Asian doll. She clapped back the only way she knows how. Messy and unbothered. She went live again, this time eating a plate of crab legs like nothing was happening. That man so pressed, he in the studio crying over a real bitch. I must have hit a nerve. Then she smiled, licked her fingers, and said the line that would go viral for days. Tell him make the diss about me hot enough to get cleared. That week preview ain't it? Boom, the shade war was now official, but while Asian was popping off and Durk was subliminally dissing, India Royale was plotting her next move, and she did it with silent, calculated precision. She unfollowed several of Durk's close friends, including his longtime producer and his cousin. Then she liked a tweet that said, "Manipulators will make you look crazy for reacting to their disrespect." At this point, the internet was invested like it was a whole season of Love and Hip Hop Chicago. People were making YouTube breakdowns, Instagram memes, and even Clubhouse rooms titled "Durk Done Fumbled His Empire." But what nobody expected when was that Durk's own family would chime in. Enter Dante Banks Jr., Durk's blood brother. He rarely speaks on drama, but on a late Friday night he tweeted, "Sometimes silence don't mean peace. It mean people tired of fake loyalty." Boom, timeline in shambles. Was he referring to Durk? Was it aimed at Asian? Was he defending India? When fans asked, he deleted the tweet, but the damage was done. Now the Durkio empire was looking shaky, not just publicly, but internally. And then came the real plot twist. India Royale sat down for an interview. Yes, an interview, not a notes app apology, not a podcast call in, a professional high-definition sit-down with a lifestyle channel called Her Side TV. Dressed in neutral tones, face beat to perfection, India didn't hold back. "I've stayed quiet out of love, but love don't mean tolerate disrespect," the host asked her directly. Was the Asian doll situation a factor in the split? India took a deep breath and replied, "I'm not here to speak on nobody else's truth, but what I will say is, I'm not competing with anybody who disrespects women, especially not publicly." Whew. Fans were screaming in the comments. She said that with her whole chest. Durk fumbled far. This is why India is unfazed. She moving like a CEO. The host asked another key question. "Do you and Durk still communicate?" India nodded slowly. "We co-parent, that's all. That's all." Now, Durk's silence, deafening. No diss track drop, no stories, no subliminals. Then Asian Doll dropped her own freestyle on Instagram. A 60-second banger titled Voice Notes, where she rapped. Never claimed him, but he begged for a taste. Now he mad, cause I aired out the text and the face. You was the voice, now you whisperin' lies. Meanwhile, your baby mama out here glowing and wise. And you already know what happened next. The video trended on Twitter. Blogs reposted it with the title, "Asian Doll Snaps Back at Lil Durk and India Royale Drama." And then, as if it couldn't get messier, a burner account surfaced claiming to be another woman who had been talking to Durk for months. She posted alleged screenshots of flirty messages saying, "If India left over Asian, she better buckle up." The comments, absolutely unhinged. Not another side chick coming forward. Durk gotta be in the Guinness World Records for fumbles. India, don't ever go back, please. By now, Durk's fanbase was split. Half were still ride or die, defending him with, "He human, he makes mistakes." The other half, straight up embarrassed. How many more women gotta pop up before y'all admit bro needs therapy? Even fellow rappers started chiming in. One rapper, we won't name him yet, tweeted, "That's why I keep my business private. Y'all treating relationships like album rollouts." Durk, still silent, but insiders say he was in the studio working through the pain. A source close to his team said, he didn't expect all this to blow up like this. He thought Asian would make noise, but didn't know India would go that public. So what does this all mean? India is done. Asian is riding the clout wave like a jet ski. Durk is spinning out behind closed doors. And fans, we still don't know if there's more bombs waiting to drop. But trust, this ain't over, because there's whispers of a secret project, a diss collab involving someone from India's camp. And if that drops, the streets gonna be in flames. By now, Durk's empire wasn't just cracked, it was crumbling at the foundation, and if fans thought things couldn't get messier, they were about to witness a full-on emotional demolition, because just days after India's interview and Asian Doll's freestyle went viral, a voice not heard until now entered the chat, and this time, it wasn't a rapper, it wasn't a baby mama, it wasn't a side chick, it was Lil Durk's own mother. Yes, Mama Banks herself, normally private, protective, and completely offline, took to Facebook in a post that sent shockwaves across both the streets and the blogs. A woman can only take so much. I raise my boys to know the difference between love and control. The internet don't see the full story, but a mother always does. That's all I'll say. No names, no tags, but if you knew, you knew. The comments went insane. Wait, is Durk's own mom taking India's side? This just got real. She said what needed to be said. And just like that, the narrative shifted again. This wasn't just about cheating or clout anymore. It was about family, legacy, and what happens when public pain turns into generational drama. India hadn't replied publicly yet, but fans noticed she liked another tweet after the Facebook post made headlines. A man who doesn't respect the women that raised him will never respect the woman who loves him. Dagger. Now fans were connecting dots, and the timeline was turning into a conspiracy board. Some speculated that Mama Banks and India had remained in touch during the breakup. Others suggested that Durk had tried to force India to stay quiet, and a few insiders hinted that a gag order had even been offered and refused. But that wasn't even the worst of it, because one of India's close friends, an IG influencer named Anila with the looks, went live and spilled tea so hot people were screen recording midstream. Y'all don't even know the half. India kept it classy, but let me tell you, there were DMs, there were lies, and there were receipts that didn't even make it to the blogs. The viewers begged her to show proof. She refused, saying, "That ain't my place." But let's just say, if she really wanted to expose him, Durk would be trending for reasons that got nothing to do with music. And then she dropped the bomb. There's another girl, not Asian, not the DM chick, somebody close to his circle. And everybody in OTF knows. What? Twitter melted, TikTok exploded. Even Reddit got in on the chaos with threads titled, "Who is the mystery girl?" Durk's real fall, India, Asian, and now this. Mama Banks done warned y'all. The chaos had officially reached DEFCON 1, and while Durk was still hiding behind his IG previews and subliminal lyrics, another layer of truth started to unfold. The private messages. An anonymous account, rumored to be a former assistant, posted blurry screenshots of a group chat with Durk, a studio engineer, and two unnamed women. The messages hinted at Durk inviting someone to Miami just weeks before his public birthday post for India. One message read, "Keep it quiet this time. She already suspicious." Another said, "She not gon' find out if you don't tag nothing." While the authenticity of the screenshots was still being debated, fans didn't care. The perception was already set in stone. He'd been sneaky and messy. India really held him down just for this? Asian wasn't even the main issue, just the loudest one. And as all this unfolded, Durk's music streams began to dip. One of his sponsors, a major streetwear brand, paused a campaign that was supposed to feature him and India together. Word spread that a label executive even pulled back a budget for a deluxe album rollout, calling the current PR storm a distraction to the brand. It wasn't just personal anymore, it was business. But hold up, India wasn't done yet, because just when the world thought she'd move on in silence, she popped out at a celebrity basketball game in Atlanta. Front row. Hair laid. Skin glowing. And who was sitting beside her? Rapper G Herbo's ex, Tana Williams. The caption on India's IG story? "Healing in peace, surrounded by real ones." Whew, now fans were speculating if India was aligning with other industry women who had also been humiliated publicly. India and Tina linking up, that's the Avengers of "I'm not crying, I'm collecting checks." Then came the moment that broke the internet. India posted a TikTok, a short video with 0 words. Just her looking into the mirror as the song "You Played" by Moneybagg Yo played in the background. You played, you played, you played, I let you win, now you gotta explain. That was the nail in the coffin. Even Durk's most loyal fans couldn't argue anymore. He lost the baddest one in silence. India stayed 10 steps ahead. This man let 3 women drop tea before he said a word. And finally, after all the drama, the sneak disses, the interviews, the shade from his own mother, Lil Durk broke his silence in a tweet that read, "God got me." That's it. 2 words. No accountability, no apology, just vibes. Fans, they dragged him. God ain't the one who opened that DM though. Nah, bruh, you got yourself. Go to therapy, not Twitter. As the week came to a close, one thing was clear. The Lil Durk love story era had officially ended. The man who once sang "India, I Need Ya" was now left tweeting prayers while his ex was glowing up, and his past was being used as content. But there's still one card left to play, because India? She's been in talks with a major network for a documentary-style series on healing, motherhood, and rebuilding. And according to insiders, she's not holding back. And as for Asian Doll, well, let's just say she's been spotted in the studio with another Chicago rapper, one who used to be close with Durk before all this mess started. The streets are whispering, enemies are forming alliances, and Lil Durk, he's watching it all unfold from the sidelines. Mute, isolated, and possibly regretting everything. Don't go nowhere. Just when you thought the Lil Durk, India Royale, and Asian Doll triangle had exhausted every angle, from cheating scandals to mama drama, a new chapter unfolded, and trust us, it wasn't just shocking, it was the final betrayal that nobody saw coming. The streets were still recovering from India's viral TikTok and Durk's vague "God got me" tweet when rumors started swirling about a major Chicago collab in the works. But this wasn't just any studio link up, it was Asian Doll x Memo 600 Naus. Now for those of y'all who don't know, Memo 600 used to be one of Durk's right-hand men in the OTF, only the family camp. But after years of messy disputes, diss tracks, and quiet fallout, Memo and Durk had become enemies. So when fans spotted Asian and Memo together at a lounge in Houston, the whispers started. And when Memo posted a story with a winking emoji and the words, "We outside and unbothered," the internet lost it. Asian linking with Durk's op? She really out for revenge now. This is going nuclear. To make things even messier, Asian doubled down with a clip of her in the studio. Memo's voice clearly in the background, and her caption, "Y'all thought I was finished." Phew. Now fans were accusing her of weaponizing the drama. Some said she was doing too much, while others praised her for outplaying Durk at his own game. But it wasn't just Asian making power moves, because guess who India was spotted with just 1 week later? Jada Cheeves, aka Lil Baby's ex and social media IT girl Royalty. The pair were seen at a spa retreat in LA, and both posted boomerangs of their matching robes and wine glasses with the caption, "Soft life only, no more distractions." The message was clear. India wasn't just leaving Durk, she was leveling up without him, quietly building her own circle of powerful, media-savvy women who understood the pain of public betrayal. And that's when the unthinkable happened. A leaked audio clip surfaced. It was allegedly a voice note sent by Durk to one of his homies, and although it was low quality, the voice was unmistakable. "I don't even care if she messin' with folks now. Let her be outside. All this exposure gon' fade. I'm still the voice." He sounded angry, bitter, bruised, and fans, they ate it up. Now he big mad Lamau. India living rent-free in this man's lungs. Durk fell off emotionally and lyrically, but that wasn't even the real gag. The real betrayal was still coming, from someone nobody suspected. Enter India's sister, Kiana. Now, Kiana had always played the background. She never inserted herself into Durk and India's relationship. Until now. In a since-deleted tweet, Kiana posted, "Some people ain't family, they just liabilities with matching last names." The internet immediately assumed she was talking about Durk's family, especially after she liked a tweet that said, "If my sister got cheated on and disrespected, we all got cheated on, it's up." Not long after, India unfollowed one of Durk's cousins, who had still been commenting heart emojis under Durk's posts. That was all it took. Now fans weren't just invested, they were choosing sides like it was a Marvel movie. Team India, Team Asian, Team Smirk, Team Everybody Needs Therapy. But there was still one loose end, the child. Because while India and Durk's romantic drama unfolded across the internet, one thing had stayed out of the headlines, their daughter. Until now, India went live unexpectedly one evening and addressed something fans had been DMing her about for weeks. Stop asking me why y'all don't see my daughter in his videos no more. I'm not keeping her away, but she don't need to be in the middle of any of this. Period. She didn't cry. She didn't shout. She just stated the facts. And in that moment, the internet's sympathy reached an all-time high. India, the only one protecting that child's peace. Durk posting flex pics while she protecting the kid from the chaos. She don't need a crown, she is the crown. And then, because the universe wasn't done with this saga yet, an old interview from King Von resurfaced. In it, Von talks vaguely about not trusting no girl Durk been around, and that some of these females play too dirty. People dug it up and started theorizing. Was he indirectly referring to Asian Doll? Was this a warning from beyond the grave? Nobody could confirm it, but everybody believed it. The drama had gone from messy to mythical. This wasn't a love triangle anymore. It was an urban legend unfolding in real time, with twists, betrayals, sisterhood, backdoor studio alliances, and leaked receipts that just wouldn't stop. And finally, we come to the moment that cemented India Royale as the queen of calm destruction. On her birthday, she posted one photo, one caption, no filters, no shade, just her daughter, and the words, "Peace looks good on me." Durk didn't post, Asian didn't respond. The blogs were too busy reposting the image and saying what everyone was thinking. She won, without screaming, without snapping. She just won. The fall of Lil Durk's image wasn't one big explosion. It was a slow, steady collapse. A crumble of silence, a trail of receipts, and the echo of a woman who knew her worth and refused to go out sad. Asian Doll got her moment. India got her power back. Durk got the message the hard way, and the streets, they're still talking. Because the final betrayal didn't come from another woman. It came from Durk underestimating the quiet ones, the ones who don't yell, the ones who heal, then move in silence. But y'all already know how this goes. The industry never stays quiet for long, and if India signs that rumored documentary deal, all bets are off. Whew. What a roller coaster! From cryptic tweets to bombshell interviews, silent exits to studio sneak dices, we've witnessed Lil Durk's world unravel in ways no one could have predicted. India Royale stood tall, calm, and calculated while the internet tried to drag her into chaos. Asian Doll made sure her name stayed trending, dropping receipts and throwing shade like confetti. And Durk? Well, he's learning the hard way that fame don't fix character. Let's be real, this wasn't just celebrity gossip. This was a masterclass in what happens when you play with loyalty, underestimate silence, and think receipts don't age like milk in the sun. The women involved, they're building brands, telling their truths, and flipping heartbreak into power moves. Meanwhile, the so-called voice of the trenches is now just background noise in a saga where the real winners never needed to shout. But now, it's your turn. Do you think India should forgive Durk if he tries to spin the block again? Is Asian Doll doing too much? Or is she finally speaking her truth after being silenced? Do you believe there's still more secrets we haven't seen yet? Let us know in the comments below. No holding back. We want to hear all your thoughts. And if you're loving this wild, messy, drama-filled content, you know what to do. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you never miss a single drop of spicy celebrity tea. We've got more exposés, more receipts, and more unexpected twists coming your way every single week. Until next time, protect your peace, guard your DMs, and remember, the internet never forgets. See y'all in the comments. Let's go viral again.